Hey guys, this is Henry from OBEDIA again. Today we're going to be talking about the second Studio One 4.6 new feature. As I said before, these are going to be 5 tutorials working with 5 different new features in Studio One 4.6. And this time we're going to be talking about the new updated Ampire Studio One plugin. So, what is Ampire? Well, Ampire is the ultimate, I guess you could say, guitar or electric guitar and electric bass solution in Studio One, because it emulates not only the electric guitar or the bass guitar amplifier, but also the pedals, the cab, and the microphones. So basically, you can now record your DI tracks and then add the Ampire plugin to get the sound that you want. So let's give it a shot. As you can see right here, I have a mono audio track. It's called GT for guitar, and it's basically a DI. Okay, it's a clean guitar that I have recorded, and it's supposed to be reamplified by using Ampire with, let's say, a distorted sound. Okay, so let's play for a little bit so we can listen to it. Okay, so you have the idea there. Now, as you can listen, that's completely clean, and we want to have that distorted sound. So how are we going to do that? Well, we have 2 options. We could either go back and record it again and use distortion and actually record with a microphone so you can get the distortion out of your cabinet, or you could do like we just did, which is recording a clean signal just straight into your instrument input of your interface and then add the Ampire plugin. And that's what we're going to do now. So if we go to our browser, then we go for effects, PreSonus, there it is, Ampire. You can see the little thumbnail where you can see the little amplifier and the pedals there. You can basically click and drag. So it'll say add FX on channel GT, it's the Ampire. And as soon as you click there, you release it, and there it is. So this is Ampire. A couple of things here. There are 4 main areas here. The area where you can see the head, the area where you can see the cab, the actual preamp of the head or the controls of the head, and then down here, the pedals. So let's start with selecting the amplifier. You can do that by clicking here on top. It says amp MCM 800. If you click there, you're going to see a list of all the available amplifiers, like the dual amplifier, and then you also have the VC30, which is trying to emulate, I think, some kind of Vox amplifier. The Blackface Twin, it's trying to emulate some kind of Fender Twin Reverb, and so on and so forth. So if you click on the MCM 800, for example, that's trying to emulate a Marshall. If I go ahead and press play right now, I'm going to listen to this configuration, which is this amplifier with these settings and this cab. Let's go ahead and press play for a second so we can listen. Yep, that sounds like a Marshall. So, little tweaks here. I'm going to have less preamp gain, maybe a little less mids, a little more treble, less bass, master a little down. And I'm going to go ahead and press play again. I'm going to tweak it. Okay, I like it like that. Now, another thing you can have here, besides the actual knobs, you also have your input. It could be the high input or the low input. We're going to go ahead and press play so you can listen to the difference. I think it's pretty obvious. Now, you can also play with the cab. So if you click on the actual cabinet, you're going to see all the available options. There's a 4x12 M65, 4x12 MFB, 2x12 BC30, 8x10 STV, 2x12 blackface, and so on and so forth. You can basically click on one of them, and if you press play, you can then click on these two arrows and you can scroll so you can listen to a difference. Oops. Now, the noise that you listened for a second, that was this last option here, user cabinet. If you click on user cabinet, you can load your own impulse responses, which is extremely helpful if you have your own responses from your own cabs. So if you don't want to use any of these, which are really good, and there's plenty of options, you can always use your impulse response, just to let you know that. You can do the same thing with the amp, that you can basically click, you can press play and then scroll through different amps, and you're going to listen to differences. Okay, another cool thing here, there's this little microphone. If you click there, you have in this case, three microphones. There is this first mic that resembles looks like an SM57 from Shure, dynamic mic. Then you have this other one here, looks like a large diaphragm condenser. And then you have this stereo pair, it's it looks like an XY config. So you can play with how much of each do you want. Like right now, it's 100% the 57, but you could maybe blend them. They're linked, as you can see. So if I push up this one, the other one goes down. So you can play with that. You have delay that you can add to the second microphone. You can mute microphones. You can flip the polarity of the microphones to get different sounds. And then the mic C, you can also add that. So these two are linked. And then those two together are linked to mic C in this case. So let's play a little bit with that. So you have that option there. You can play with the microphones to get different sounds. You want something closer, you can go all the way in with the first mic. You want something farther away, you can go all the way with the stereo pair. Okay. Another cool feature, this little tuner here. If you click there, you have a tuner, so you can tune your guitar there. Very simple, very straightforward. You also have your output knob that sets the output level of the whole plugin. And then down here you have your pedals. You have 8 different slots where you can select pedals. So for example, here number 1, I can click there. Right now the tube screamer is set to the first slot, but you could do, I don't know, let's say tube driver. Now you have your tube driver there. Then slot number 2, let's say your modulation or big fuzz. Now you have a big fuzz pedal. As you can see, they visually resemble very famous pedals. Okay. If you're a guitar, you probably know what these two are. Now you have these two blue lines here, okay, that you can change. These two blue lines, if you click and drag, apparently whatever is before or to the left of these two blue lines are pedals that are being applied before the preamp of the head. And then everything that is after are the pedals that are after the amplifier. So you can play with that. I typically add everything before, so I typically just click and drag this all the way to the end. So all my pedals are going into the amplifier, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and press play and play with some of these pedals just to see what happens. Okay, so that's a delay right there. So you have an idea of how it works. You can keep adding pedals. You can also, for example, if you see here this PAE chorus, as you can see, the on-off switch is set to gray, which is off. If you click there, you turn it on. Okay, same thing with the big fuzz, for example. You can click on the actual pedal, the actual stop box, and you'll turn it on and off, or you can just click on the on-off switch in blue. So that's a little overview of the Ampire plugin. The new Ampire, or the new updated Ampire plugin in Studio One 4.6. If you have any other questions, please call us from OBEDIA at 615-933-6775. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Today's pro audio hardware and software can give you excellent results if you know how to use it properly. OBEDIA can help you to get the most out of your pro audio hardware and software. Why spend your time scouring the internet for answers or digging through manuals? With one quick call to an OBEDIA technician, you'll be connected with someone who can give you the answers that you need in real time via phone and remote desktop. OBEDIA technicians are trained in all major digital audio applications on Mac, PC, iOS, and Android devices. OBEDIA member subscriptions are cost-effective, give you great member benefits, and OBEDIA is here 7 days a week to help you get the most out of your digital audio hardware and software. No matter what your level of expertise, OBEDIA can help you to stay focused and productive and get your music back on track. Start taming your technology today with OBEDIA.